Hey guys, and welcome back to Battlefront Updates. Capital Supremacy is now out, together with the BX Commando droid, ARC troopers, lightsaber changes, and a bunch of other stuff. And so far, I gotta say it's a success. Very positive response, and I'm having a blast so far myself. I streamed for 5 hours, and I didn't even get nearly bored of the game mode or the troopers at all. So I'm excited to jump more into it. But I've got some news for you, both some comments from Dennis actually, which is kind of rare as you probably know, as well as some Datamined stuff and similarly. I also wanted to mention that yes, I've got plenty of other videos planned. I will be doing one going in depth with the Infiltrator class, giving you some tips and tricks about both the BX Commando droid and the ARC Trooper, as I've now leveled them up to get the epic star cards, and well, my impressions on them, as well as the impressions on the game mode and the impressions on the lightsaber combat system. The mode and lightsaber combat system might be for tomorrow, because I've got the news update now, and then the Infiltrator class gameplay and impressions later tonight. So yeah, I got plenty of videos planned. I know I was gonna get a lot of questions about that, so just so you know. But if you have any other suggestions for videos you want me to create, just let me know and in the comments below, and I will take a look at it. So let's dive straight into the news. First of all, Ben confirmed that they are planning to release the community update video tonight, or they're hoping to get it out tonight, which again indicates that they're probably waiting for approval as always. So we'll see if it arrives tonight or tomorrow or something. The community update video has become something that's kind of released at the same time or after to, I guess, drag in new players to say, hey, this is the new stuff, it's available right now. It's a shame. Ideally it would basically release the same hour as the game mode or that update arrives, but whatever. And then we go on to some data mining, because the Clone Commando's DC-17M blaster was added to the files in this patch. And as you can see here, it's called Ability Clone Commando DC-17M, and it's under the Clone Commando Trooper. I know the Clone Commando word has been in there before, simply because I think it referred to the Ariel, so that's nothing new. But the fact that they added the DC-17M, which is the Republic Commando's blasters, and it's actually not canon, means that it definitely does not refer to the Ariel, but it does refer to Republic Commandos that are most likely, hopefully, being worked on as we speak right now, and that's why they've added it to the file, and as always forgot to remove them. Obviously, it's never confirmed just because something is found in the files, but it's very promising for the future that we might be getting some commandos, hopefully either as an enforcer to replace Wookiees, or creates a completely new class again. I'm not entirely sure, but it's a very good find that shows that they are actively working on something that is a weapon only used by the Clone Commandos. So that's very good news for the future of the game. And while we are talking about the future of the game, I want to go into some comments from Dennis. There was a lot of speculation and rumor that Battlefront 3 was in a whiteboard phase, and Ben has said that you shouldn't listen to rumors on the internet, and Dennis actually commented saying, we're working on Battlefront 2 and only that. We're far from done on this one, which is very promising. And the fact that it says far from done means that it's not just going to be, oh, we're going to add 2 maps to the new game mode and then we're done. And I think this is extremely good news, some of the best news we've had for the future of the game for a long time actually. Obviously we'll get more specifics when the roadmap drops early April, but this is really good to see. And I know some of you will say, well, Dennis has teased a lot of stuff before, that has not happened. And this is actually something that someone did bring up in response to this. And Dennis responded with a pretty good response here that explains why that happened, and the fact that they have actually brought in a lot of the stuff he teased. So he said, the large-scale PvE mode has taken longer than I had hoped, for sure. I did mention we've been prototyping dual-wielding and transformable robots back then, and one of those things made it into the ARC Trooper so far. The launch fiasco put us back approximately 6 months. We were supposed to launch the Clone Wars season before Solo, not after, but since Geonosis, I feel the content updates has been pretty solid, although we're always striving to get better. So I call BS on the 80% has been wrong. I'd say that 80% of what I've said we're working on have been delivered already, and some have taken longer than usual. Which is true. Some of the things that has arrived the last 4 or 5 months was teased early last year. And I think this is what we probably all hoped for, that we would have gotten the Clone Wars season before Solo, but then the combination of having to rework everything after the launch fiasco and that everyone went over to Battlefield 5 just completely screwed that up. And that also explains, first of all, why Dennis said those things, because he thought that was going to come out, and also why Ben said things like blowing the dam open, and then, well, everything that was in the dam was delayed until later in 2018 and 2019, which is a shame. It's not an excuse at all, but it explains why that happened. And I still believe this comment from Dennis about the fact that they're far from done with this one fully. And they also responded regarding someone suggesting to put the new AI in arcade, because the new AI in Capital Supremacy is a lot better, and if it would take a lot of resources. And he said, yes, unfortunately, so we need to look at different ways to satisfy the PvE itch, smiley face. So, well, again, that seems to hint towards maybe some other PvE experience that they are doing, and the fact that they will most likely not be updating the AI in arcade. I'm not sure why that is in particular so tough, but I guess if they are planning to do another PvE mode, it would make sense to put the effort there instead of trying to update a not very good mode like arcade with a new AI. So I can understand that, but again, there's nothing confirmed about that PvE mode that has been hinted towards, so I'm not sure if that's ever happening. Hopefully we'll know by the time that roadmap comes out. And also, something a lot of people have noticed is that heroes do no longer cost credits. It seems like they all just get instantly unlocked, because a lot of people mentioned that they didn't unlock Lando and L3's Falcon, but today that was unlocked. And I think I've seen a couple of people say that, well, they got all the heroes unlocked as well. I obviously can't verify because I've got all of them unlocked already, but it seems like that is the case, and the strange thing is that there has been no official word on this yet and why that is the case. I know this has had mixed reception so far. Some people are pissed off because they just spent a lot of credits unlocking those heroes, whereas a lot of people like myself think it's probably good for the future of the game, because if they are gonna focus more on this game and bring in new players, it will be frustrating if that they have to grind to get all of those new heroes. And yeah, I'm kind of like, the ideal thing would probably be to make them free, but anyone who unlocked the heroes the last couple of months could get a refund on those credits or similarly. But overall, it really doesn't bug me. I think it's just a good way to get new players in there more easily. But I'm curious to hear what you guys think. And lastly, we have gotten some, well, a little bit more comments or slash hints towards more maps being added to Capital Supremacy, like Manuel, one of the design directors on the game, responding to Daniel, the writer for Battlefront 2, saying we need more maps, and then he responded with smiley face. So yeah, obviously they've hinted a lot towards more maps from Ben, Jay, now Manuel, and I'm like 100% sure that we are getting more maps in April and beyond, but they probably can't straight out say that until in April, but nevertheless it's good to know. But yeah, I think that's all the news I've got for you now. If the community update video contains any news or teases towards future content, I'll make a video on that later tonight. Well, otherwise you can see it on the EA Star Wars YouTube channel like always. But yeah, thank you very much for watching, and as always, may the Force be with you.